Hi yogis, Tony here. Welcome to this Yin Yoga class with the shoulders. This class is suitable after a sports session, gym session, maybe a very intensive yoga class such as Vinyasa or Power Yoga. And it's also suitable for those of you who are sitting long hours in the office and want to open up the shoulder area, release tension in the shoulders, the neck, and improve their posture. I do really hope you enjoy the class, and we will be holding the postures for longer, for 3 minutes. We will use 2 blocks and a yoga strap. If you do not have a strap, just take anything you can bind together and it will be good enough. Let us get started. See you on the mat. We shall start with opening the upper part of our body first. So take the first block and use it lengthwise to place it underneath or along the spine, and use the second block to place it underneath your head, such that you are forming or having a slight double chin. This will ensure that there is lots of space in the neck area and you're not crunching the area. Make sure that the shoulders are relaxed and really pull the arms towards your legs. This is a more active form of Shavasana, where we're really trying to counter the endless sitting that most of us actually have with our lifestyle. But also, if you tend to go often to the gym and exercise the upper body, quite often we tend to crunch and the area bears more brunt than it should. Well done, everyone. Now, because we'll be holding the poses for longer, we will have time to really tune into the mind and the physical sensations of the body. And the Yin Yoga is slower and more meditative, therefore creating space to turn inward. So we will not only target the deep connective tissues of the body like the fascia, the ligaments, the joints and the bones, but I really like to bring to you how important, or to highlight to you how important it is to use your Yin practice to tune into the mind and to also breathe through discomfort and learn to sit with your thoughts. Imagine your thoughts being clouds, and there is a very light breeze which is sweeping the clouds away. We are engaging in so many thoughts each day. The average person thinks about 60,000 thoughts. And we are learning here to not pay attention or excessive attention to each thought. Now let us slowly release the pose, and we will be taking the strap. You can sit in Vajrasana, which is onto your heels. If you're having difficulty sitting in Vajrasana, you can place a blanket underneath or between your shins and between your legs and your butt. It will help you sit for longer. Now stretch out your right arm upwards and bend it towards the back. Use the strap and hold onto the strap. Use your left arm to also find the strap behind your back. You will have to rotate the left arm and see if you can crawl the arm back. Now hold the strap in both hands and really try to crawl your fingers towards each other. Reach the level where you can have a bit of discomfort, where you can really feel a stretch but not excessive, and pain is never loud. Stay there and breathe. I'd like you to concentrate on the breathing, on the inhales and the exhales. If you do not have to use a strap, obviously your fingers of your right hand reach for the fingers of your left hand. And stay here. If you've seen any of my videos before, you know that I like to use a mantra during the Yin Yoga practice, especially for those of you who are not able to sit in discomfort, or who engage in too much thinking. It is very useful to repeat a mantra in order to anchor the mind onto something else. So the mantra that I usually use is the So Hum mantra. You inhale So, exhale Hum. Now release the posture, roll your shoulders, and let's repeat on the other side. Use the strap to really help you achieve, to go a bit further than you would usually go. And if you can, take your fingers. You can also use your clothing to hold them to, if you don't have a strap. Make sure that as you sit in Vajrasana, the spine is straight and you're not slouching with the upper body, and also you're not building a banana shape. Make sure your stomach is active. And again, let's come into meditation. The goal of Yin Yoga is to really go deep into the connective tissue and allow for the energy to flow freely along the meridians of the body. You're doing really well. Inhale, So. Exhale, Hum. Be the silent observer of the breath. done, everyone. Stay with the breath. And slowly release. Now take the blocks at the top of the mat and place your elbows. The blocks should be as wide as your shoulders, and place your elbows onto the blocks. You can define how deep you'd like to go by using the lower height or the higher height of the blocks. If your forehead touches the mat, well done. If not, you can either stay there or use maybe a cushion or a piece of clothing, whatever you have to support your head. Now let us return once again to the Soham mantra. Your hands are in Namaste and can either point toward the sky or you can place them in Namaste on the back. Now go back to Soham. Now let me tell you just a few words about the Soham mantra. A mantra in yoga is used as a meditation technique which helps you to take your mind to be quieter and calmer levels of thinking. Quite often the tensions in our body are rooted not only in whatever physical activities we're doing, but also in our emotional state. And the Soham mantra means I am that. It is one, or if not the most important mantra, and it really exemplifies what yoga is about: unity. I am that. That means the universe. We are all the universe. The goal of yoga is to really become one with everything around us. And that feeling of being one with the universe and being constantly supported offers feelings of safety, protection, and unconditional love. Now slowly release the position and let's come back onto the back. Place your hands in a cactus position or a 90-degree position. Your elbows are forming a 90-degree position. Bend your knees and allow the knees to come to the left, your head turns to the right. If you want to deepen the posture even further, you can allow for the right knee to hug the left knee. However, make sure that the right ear is pressed or is resting onto the mat. Now let's come back to the breathing and to the mantra. make use of the time to really relax and go deeper into not only the physical benefits, but also the emotional benefits of the Yin Yoga practice, as we allow the mind to settle down and become quieter. We allow for the subconscious to play a bigger role and to come sometimes to realization, of unique realization about situations or problems that we are finding challenging in our lives. Continue breathing slowly and aligning your mantra with the breath. Really immerse yourself in this very moment. Now, come out of the position and let the knees shift your hips to the left and allow for the knees to go to the right and for your head to turn to the left. If you want to deepen the posture, you can hug your right knee with the left knee. Just make sure that the left shoulder stays pressed onto the mat. And go back into meditation. Every time you notice your mind wanders, simply draw your attention back to the mantra. It's normal for the mind to go here and there. And if at whatever time you find it impossible to sit into a posture or to sit longer in a posture, maybe you have to give yourself the permission to let go and really do absolutely nothing. Our way of life has sometimes conditions us to be constantly on the go, constantly doing something, planning, or just mindlessly swiping through, browsing the internet or swiping the phone. Allow yourself to be here. Slowly roll back onto your right side and come up. Now let's take the blocks again and put them parallel to each other such that you need to find for yourself what is comfortable for you. But they should be probably just 5 centimeters apart from each other, depending on how wide your upper back is. But they should be resting onto the rhomboids. Now your strap should have a knot which is as wide as your elbows and or slightly, ever so slightly shorter. And before you place your upper body onto the blocks, you wiggle yourself or the arms into the strap behind the head. Now slowly place the upper body onto the blocks and let the arms come down. Maybe you can interlace your fingers and your fingers are touching or your palms are touching the ground. Your strap is building a nice support for your head. There is no pressure or no involvement in the neck muscles here. The strap is like a cradle where you can rest your head. Let's come back to the mantras, yogi. The mantra So Hum and the breath. This is a very deep shoulder stretch. So do not allow for any pain. Maybe you have to release the blocks at the lower height. If you feel any pain, the slight discomfort is okay. Now let us slowly come out of the position. Take the strap away first and only then, by supporting yourself with the hands, come up. And now let us roll onto the belly. Take your left hand to the top of the mat and thread like a needle the right hand underneath the left shoulder or the left armpit. Now try to rest your head onto the floor. If not, maybe you can use a cushion or the blocks to rest your head onto. Again, time for meditation, yogis. slowly come into Sphinx position with stretch out right arm and wiggle your left arm underneath your right shoulder pit, armpit. And let us come back to meditation. Anchor the mind into the breath and the Soham mantra. There is a reason why this mantra and the way to quiet down the mind has survived for thousands and thousands of years. It has been used by so many people before us to achieve a high state of consciousness. Let us slowly come out of the position and take the last posture of this Yin Yoga practice, Shavasana. Release everything. Your legs are open as wide as the mat and your arms are stretched out. Make sure you push the arms down as to release the shoulders. If you have to adjust your position, do this and then remain quiet and silent. Make sure that the neck is loose and is resting onto the mat. Shavasana, the corpse pose. I would really recommend you highly to use Shavasana even if you do not practice the physical asanas. It's a great idea to just lie down onto the floor every day at the end of the day for 5 minutes and allow for the spine, for the muscles, the ligaments, the joints to relax and take their natural position. Allow for the body to adjust itself. You've probably been active all day, sitting, or maybe even exercising, but allowing the spine time to reset and rest is incredibly important and healing. And we're not resting the same way when we lie in bed. You will also improve your sleep, as this posture is incredibly useful to not release physical tension and also emotions, and soothe down the nervous system, which will help you fall asleep much faster and have a better rest during the night. Slowly wiggle your arms, toes, and now roll onto the right side, and you may use the right elbow as a cushion. Take a few breaths there and let us come into seated position. Thank you everyone. Thank you ever so much for allowing me to take you through this class. I hope you were able to reap the benefits of Yin Yoga and you're feeling much more relaxed and rejuvenated. Do consider subscribing to my channel. I'd love to see you again. See you soon. Bye-bye.